Viewing data in Microsoft Access. On screen, you can see the data that we originally stored in 4 separate sheets in Excel. Now, each of those sheets has been converted into a table in Microsoft Access. Think of each table as a separate sheet from Excel. So, just like in Excel where we had one sheet for clients, one for items, and one for countries, Access now has one table for each of them. But there's one main difference. In Access, these tables are designed to work together as one organized database. If we open one of the tables, you'll notice that it looks quite similar to Excel. We still have rows and columns. Each row represents one complete entry, known as a record. Each column represents a different piece of information, known as a field. So in our table, there are 10 records, and each record has 5 fields. And remember that in this table, you'll find both primary keys and foreign keys. Next, let's see how Access connects all these tables together. This is done through what are known as relationships. As you can see on the screen, the tables, clients, items, and countries are all linked to a main table called Company Records. This main table holds information about each transaction, for example, which client bought which item and which country it came from. Now, even though Access stores only the IDs, it can instantly show us the matching names because of the relationships we've built. To do this, Microsoft Access uses a special type of table to do this automatically and show us the correct names. These are called queries. What you're seeing now is actually a query. The query replaces the ID numbers with the actual names, so that what we see on screen makes sense to us humans. You might be wondering, why go through all this trouble? What's the advantage of storing data in several tables and using relationships? Here's the main reason: accuracy and consistency. Remember when we worked in Excel and sometimes we had typing mistakes? Like olive oil written as olive oil or olive oils. That doesn't happen in Access. Once you store olive oil in the items table, Access uses that same entry everywhere. You don't have to type it again. You just refer to its ID number. This keeps your data clean, consistent, and error-free. Here's another example. Let's say the manager wants to change the name Spain to its native word, España. In Excel, you would have to find and replace it manually every time it appears. In our small data set, Spain appears twice. Not a big deal. But imagine a company with thousands of records. In Access, it takes just one change. We open the countries table, change Spain to España, and that change appears instantly across all the records, everywhere that country is used. That's the power of databases. It ensures data integrity, meaning your data stays correct, consistent, and always up to date. In our next lesson, we'll look at how users can enter data more easily without having to remember all those ID numbers.